Welcome back. All right, so there's some good news, and then there's some pretty darn good news out of this too. So we get the Battle of Alberta for the first time since 1991, and these battles were always good. The 3 out of 5 of them went to 7 games. I wouldn't be that surprised if it's 7 games again. I'm wearing the Oilers because on my bracket I took the Oilers. So all right, well the bracket was right the first round. I'll go with it again this round. Although I really think this is going to be close. I think it's going to be a fun series. I think that the hate's going to pick up pretty early. It'll probably be like a lot of the first round series where we see some fights and a lot of scraps early on. And then as the series rolls along and the games get more and more important, that happens less. So we'll start with the Oilers, the road team for this one. They are coming off of a 4-3 series win over the LA Kings. In that series, they scored 3.86 goals per game. They're allowed 2.43. I've already seen people saying, hey, for Calgary now it's Mike Smith, it's not Jake Oettinger, so that's a lot easier. The problem being Smith had 2 shutouts in the first round against LA and played really, really well for them in that final game of that series. Now, their special teams are also problematic if you're Calgary, and if the special teams problems Calgary had in the first round, at least with their power play, continue, we'll see what happens. But the power play for the Oilers, 36.9%, ridiculous percentage. Their penalty kill, also 87.5%. And you see those two numbers combined, and the first thought I have is, how did the series with LA go 7? But having watched it, I know how it went 7. Mike Smith, 938 save percentage. So again, Smith had a very good first round. Shut down some pretty big names from LA. We'll see how things go with Calgary. McDavid had a decent first round. 6 multi-point games and all that. 4 goals and 10 assists for him. 14 points in 7 games. Evander Kane, 7 goals, 2 assists for him. Leon Draisaitl, 5 goals, 4 assists for him. So those are 3 superstars right there. We'll see if Calgary can shut them down. Cody Ceci had a goal and 5 assists for 6 points in 7 games. Remarkable run for him. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. He continues to be their Swiss Army knife up front, able to play whatever role they need for him in whatever game he's playing. Below the line of the top 5 scorers, Kyler Yamamoto, 1 goal, 2 assists for him. I think he's due for a couple of goals. I think Puljujarvi's due as well, a goal and an assist for him. And then Darnell Nurse, 6 games, 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. He was also a +7 against the LA Kings. So very good play from Nurse. We'll see how things go against Calgary. On the Flames side of things, of course, last night they finished their series win over Dallas, 4-3. It was close, it was tough, but Oettinger eventually could not save them all. He only saved 64. Man, they adjusted the shots after that game. 64 shots, or 64 saves on 67 shots. So the power play numbers for Calgary, partly because of Oettinger, 8.3%. They're going to want to at least double that against Edmonton. And their penalty kill, it was fine, 91.7%. So not bad on the penalty kill. If that can translate against the Oilers, that could give the Oilers trouble, right? 2.14 goals scored per game by Calgary in that series against Dallas. They allowed an even 2 per game against Dallas. So if they can shut down the Oilers the way they shut down Dallas, well, then they're going to end up in the semifinals. The thing is, it is McDavid, and part of the reason I took the Oilers to go as far as the conference finals is I feel like McDavid's due for a run. The Oilers are due as well. We'll see whether or not that turns out to be accurate. Markstrom, 943 save percentage. Fantastic run overall against Dallas, overshadowed by what was a remarkable series from Oettinger. But the save percentage between Smith and Markstrom isn't that much. 938 versus 943. So the goaltending, I think, is kind of close. Johnny Goudreau, 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points. The difference between him and McDavid, for Goudreau, he might be looking at this as, this is my chance to earn some more money to stay in Calgary, or my chance to showcase what I can do, and then maybe on the free agent market I end up elsewhere. So there is a driving force for Goudreau to prove the naysayers wrong when it comes to his playoff performances, and I think he did really well against Dallas. Just Oettinger knew how to stop him. Tkachuk, a goal and 5 assists for him, so they only got 3 goals from Tkachuk and Goudreau combined. So that's remarkable that they get past the first round that way. Lindholm had 3 goals and 2 assists for 5 points. Backlund, 3 goals and an assist, and Trevor Lewis, 2 goals and 1 assist. On the lower end of things, there were a bunch for Calgary, but I want to highlight these three. Mangiapane, a goal and an assist for him. Toffoli, a goal and an assist for him. And Coleman, whose experience is important for Calgary, just the one assist in the first round. All of those players will be looking to score more. And against Edmonton, it should be a higher scoring series for Calgary, but we'll see. We'll see if they still have trouble with their scoring. During the regular season, Edmonton won the first two and Calgary won the second two. Edmonton wins 5-2 on October 16th, 5-3 on January 22nd. Then Calgary wins 3-1 on March 7th. And then famously, or infamously, depending on how you look at it, a 9-5 Calgary win on March 26th. So, when we look at their playoff histories, there's some infamy in this too. Edmonton's won 4 out of 5. So part of the reason why I'm wearing the Oilers too, I feel like they're due too. Anyways, 83, the Oilers won that one 4-1. In 84, the Oilers won that one 4-3. In 86, Calgary won 4-3. Steve Smith putting the puck off of his goaltender into his own net being the most memorable moment from that series, although it was a very good series. 1988, the Oilers swept the Flames, and in 1991, the Oilers, who were seen as getting further away from being championship material, just kept winning in the playoffs. They beat the Flames 4-3, and of course for the Flames, they were only 2 years removed from a Cup win themselves, as the Oilers were only 1 year removed from their unlikely and not picked Stanley Cup win in 1990. So we'll see how it goes. Does Calgary win? Well, according to the channel, 68% of you believe that Calgary will win the series. I'm going with the Oilers, but I think this is going to be really close, and I'm looking forward to really enjoying these teams playing each other. Because as a Canuck fan, sure, I can sit back and watch Calgary and Edmonton do all the punching and the goal scoring and all the everything and just enjoy it. And so, yeah, this should be. I believe that Florida, the Battle of Florida and the Battle of Alberta will probably be the most vicious of the 4 series, but I think all 4 of them have definite likelihood of some fisticuffs, definite likelihood of some bad animosity, and that's part of the reason why we have the playoff setup we do. There you go. Let me know your thoughts, your pick in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.